Probability is the measure of how likely it is an outcome will come true. Brainstorm a couple situations where being able to know the probability can help you predict outcomes. In order to predict using probability, we need to use proportions. So step 1, set up the original probability from the word problem or the situation. You flip a coin 12 times. How many times should the coin land heads up? Well, this is a known situation. We know the probability of a coin flipping is 1 in 2. There's one specific event, 2 total outcomes. Once you have the original probability of the situation, you're going to set up a proportion by filling in the third piece of given information in the right spot. In this case, we were given that you're flipping the coin 12 times. That's total outcomes. You could also be asked how many total outcomes would it be or would it take for heads to land up 4 times. That would be giving specific events. So I'm given outcomes. If it helps, label it out. Given outcomes, so I'm put the 12 below, the unknown, the variable up top. Now I'm going to solve the proportion by cross multiplying. 1 times 12 gives me 12. 12 divided by 2 gives me 6. That's a quick little calculator moment. 12 times 1, 12. 12 divided by 2, 6. Include a unit since it's a word problem. We're dealing with probability, which is an application of proportions, of ratios, everything we've worked on up to this point. So we don't just have 6, we have 6 times that it landed heads up. Pretend you're rolling a die 48 times. How many times should you roll a 6? So in this case, we need to find the original probability. The probability of rolling a 6 on any die is going to be 1 in 6. There's one side that has a 6 on it out of 6 total sides. They're going to roll 48 times. This is our outcome. Remember, we're looking at how to calculate events. So if I roll it 48 times, that's my total number of rolls, my total number of outcomes. Cross multiply. 1 times 48 is going to give me 48. Little calculator moment if you need it. 48 divided by 6 gives me 8. So it's 8 times. I will roll a 6 8 times. On your own, give the last problem a try. We have the original probability already set up for you. Remember, a coin has heads and tails, so it's 2 sides. One of those sides is heads up. Predicting outcomes with proportions is no different than predicting events. It's just about where you put that given information. Always start by setting up the original probability from the word problem. We're dealing with a coin. A coin has a probability of 1 in 2 for either side. So in this case, it's a 1 in 2 chance that I'll have heads up. Set up a proportion by filling in the third piece of given information in the right spot. In this case, I have my specific events in the numerator, my total outcomes in the denominator. Here I was asked, how many times should you need to flip a coin to get heads up 6 times? Well, heads up is a specific event, so 6 is going to go in my numerator where my events go. My unknown is my outcome, so I need to find the total number of times I need to flip that coin. So I'm going to solve the proportion. 2 times 6 gives me 12. Again, this can all be done as a calculator moment. 12 divided by 1 gives me 12. Include a unit. So in this case, I need to flip it 12 times or 12 flips. If we were looking at a die, we wanted to find out how many times we would need to roll it to get 20 events that are a 4 or a 5. So you need to know about how many total rolls it would take to get a 4 or a 5 20 times. So I need to look at that original probability, the probability of rolling a 4 or a 5. When I have an or, I'm going to add those probabilities together. There's one side with a 4, one side with a 5. That's 2 out of 6. I could simplify that to 1/3 if I wanted to, but since it's going into a proportion, it does not matter. The answer will come out the same either way. Now I was given 20. This is 20 specific events. That means 24s, 25s, or a mixture of the both. So I'm going to have my events, my outcomes. Events go up top. Outcomes is what we need to know. We know the total number of rolls. So I'm going to multiply here. 6 times 2 gives me 120. 120 divided by 2 gives me 60. So that's 60 rolls. If I rolled it 60 times, I should theoretically get 20 4s or 5s. On your own, try the last problem.